The night began like something out of a dream. There was laughter echoing through the halls, the soft clink of glasses, and the golden flicker of candlelight casting dancing shadows across our dining room walls. Our home, usually quiet and calm, pulsed with life and celebration. My wife, now ex-wife if I'm being honest with myself, her name was Lena. That night she was radiant. She had just landed a major promotion at her corporate law firm, a partner track opportunity she'd been chasing for years. Her eyes sparkled in a way I hadn't seen in a long time, and the pride in her voice as she recounted her accomplishments was infectious. To mark the moment, she organized a dinner party. Colleagues, close friends, and yes, her boss were all invited to our home. I went all in for her that day. Spent the afternoon cleaning every surface, decanting the wine, and digging out a charcoal blazer I hadn't worn in years. I wanted everything to be perfect for Lena, and she looked it too, perfect. She floated into the room in a scarlet dress that hugged her just right. It wasn't showy, it was tasteful yet striking. Heads turned. I couldn't take my eyes off her. She caught me looking, smiled, and said playfully, "Too much." "Not even close," I whispered. She laughed and turned to greet her guests. For a while it felt like nothing could go wrong. People toasted. Stories were exchanged. Music drifted lightly through the background. I watched from a distance, happy to see Lena being celebrated the way she deserved. Then Ethan, her boss, stood up, wine glass in hand. The room went quiet, anticipating a cheerful toast. But the look on his face was different. Mischievous, smug. The kind of look that makes your stomach knot before he even opens his mouth. He raised his glass in my direction. "Dylan," he said with a smirk, "you must know how Lena earned that promotion, right?" Nervous chuckles echoed, hoping he was joking. Then he added, loud and clear, "That red dress she wore last week stopped everyone in their tracks. I nearly doubled her salary on the spot." There was a harsh laugh. No one joined him. "You're lucky, man," he said, eyes on me. "She's loyal. But I'll admit, for one night I thought about breaking all the rules." Silence. Deep and cold. I couldn't speak. Couldn't move. My fingers clenched around the wine glass in my hand. The stem bit into my skin. Lena's face had gone pale. She opened her mouth, but no words came. And then, without fully thinking, I stood up. 3 quick strides closed the distance between us. The glass shattered against the side of Ethan's head with a sharp, final crack. Gasps filled the room. He stumbled back, clutching his face, blood dripping slowly from a thin cut along his temple. No one rushed to help him. No one said a word. "Get out," I said quietly, pointing to the door. He didn't argue. He just walked out, face red, eyes down. One by one, the others followed. They left in silence, embarrassed, shame, avoiding my gaze. Only Lena remained. She stood there, trembling, her mouth working like she was trying to form an excuse. "You're not going back to that job," I said. My voice was calm. "Steady." I meant every word. She looked at me like I'd struck her too. "It wasn't my fault, Dylan," she whispered. "You know I didn't ask him to say that." "I don't care," I said, my voice rising slightly. "If you walk back into that office after tonight, we're done." The next morning, the sound of the iron hissed through the bedroom. I found Lena smoothing out a blouse, acting as if none of it had happened. Business as usual. "Don't do this," I said, my voice raw. She didn't look at me. "I need that job." "No," I said, stepping closer. "You want that job. But if you choose him over this marriage, then don't bother coming back." The fight that followed was ugly. Accusations flung like daggers, neither of us backing down. She said Ethan was drunk, that it was a stupid joke, that I overreacted. But I saw the truth. She wasn't defending me. She was defending the job, the status, the illusion. Left. I couldn't breathe. When I returned hours later, she was sitting on the couch, tear-streaked and hollow-eyed. "He fired me," she said, her voice barely audible. No warning. No severance. Just a short email from Ethan, citing irreconcilable workplace tension. His pride couldn't take the hit, and she took the fall. A part of me felt gutted for her. I never wanted it to end like that. But another part, the quieter, buried part, felt relief. Because now, she finally saw what I'd seen. That job was a cage disguised as a throne. And Ethan was never just her boss. He was a predator hiding behind charm and champagne. Weeks have passed since that night. Lena's been applying for other positions, rebuilding slowly. And oddly enough, she seems lighter now. There's a new clarity in her eyes. A fire I hadn't seen in years. One not lit by ambition but by understanding. That dinner party shattered a lot more than glass. It shattered illusions about success, about loyalty, about what we silently agreed to endure. And I've made a choice too. I won't be silent anymore. Not for anyone. Not even for love.